I did professional stand-up for a while,
Yep.
and it was a lot of fun. I moved out to Florida. I was doing shows up and down the East Coast. I lived out there with a friend of mine named Greg Feitz. A lot of you know Greg, some of you don't. Doesn't matter. But he and his brother and I, and then we had a girl from Lubbock that they knew from college that came out and lived with us. And so I was doing stand up out there, and we were all supplementing our income, waiting tables at Steak and Ale, right there on Dale Mabry in Tampa. If you're familiar with Tampa at all,
I don't even think Steak and Ale's around anymore.
there's about two of them around. They're starting to make a comeback, though. It's an interesting story. I'll tell you offline. It's a little nerdy for the folks that are watching, I'm sure. But at any rate, so we all waited tables and bartended and stuff there. That's kind of how we supplemented our income. And John knows, and we've got a host of people on this call that we all work together, in different restaurants. But this was Steak and Ale. And so it was while I was doing stand-up. So it's a busy Friday night. And I don't know if anybody remembers. Do you remember who Paul Rodriguez was?
Is he a comedian?
Yeah, Hispanic comedian. He was really popular for a minute, in the 80s, 2-3 years. But while he was popular, him and his agent and I guess some people that they knew came into Steak and Ale to have dinner one night before their show. And I knew who he was, and several people recognized him and came and told me, they're like, "Hey, did you know Paul Rodriguez is here?" I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, man." He was probably playing down at Side Splitters. It's a club that I worked at down there. And so I was really excited. So I told the server that had them, I didn't wait on them, but I told the server that had them, I said, when they're done, I said, bring me the bill. I want to buy his dinner. It's just something fun to do. Don't tell him who did it. I just, it's something cool for me to tell later on. That's why I'm telling it now. And so she goes, okay. And so sure enough, the bill came and they brought it to me. I think it was like $180 or something like that. And this was the beginning of the night. So I didn't even have $180 in my pocket. I was betting on what I was going to make over the course of the night to cover this. Right. So I paid the bill. And
let's be honest, truthfully, it probably wasn't 180. It would be like 180 today, but it was probably like $90.
It was well over 100. I remember that because I kind of panicked and because they had ordered more stuff than I thought and had some drinks and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so I think it was like 150, 180 bucks. So I paid the bill and I said, I'll cover the bill. And I'm sure that'll make them leave you a giant tip because the bill is taken care of. And that fucker stiffed them. No money. And to make it worse, 3 weeks later, he was on, he was either on Letterman or somewhere and told the story and said, hey, the host or whatever said, there's a rumor out there that you totally stiffed the server. And he goes, well, 15% of zero is zero. Yeah, I could not believe it. Couldn't believe it. I met this, I never got to meet him. I just want to do something nice for him because comedian, that type of stuff. I was really hoping he'd say, who paid for it? Have him come on over.